Ladies and gentlemen and people not mentioned above, welcome back to my drawback chess speedrun. Today we'll climb from 1100 to 1200 by playing 3 games. The goal is to win at least 2 out of 3. And without any further ado, let's find our first opponent. First game we play at 11:30. The elo will increase regardless of winning or not. Abstinence: if your opponent ever has 2 non-pawn pieces of the same type adjacent to each other, you lose. Reveal drawback to opponent. E4. Alright, since I always reveal my drawback, I know very well it is physically impossible for us to win this game. But of course, we will still fight to the end. D6. It's very obvious that my opponent wants d6 and move his bishops out to touch each other. E5. I mean, who knows, maybe he'll get distracted. Yes. D4. Alright, apparently this guy doesn't really understand my drawback, maybe we are actually having a chance here. Never mind. Check. C6. Okay, taking that pawn may prolong the game, but it doesn't really solve any problems. Even worse, he may block the check with his bishop, which makes my bishop and his bishop touching each other, and I'll accidentally help him winning the game. So I guess I'll just avoid humiliating myself. This is so dead. And he chose to do it with the knights instead of the bishops. You see, drawbacks like this are the reasons I decided to change the format from 1 game per video to 3 games per video. Because statistically speaking, there shouldn't be too many of these. Second game, let's go. Second game is played at 11:60. And since I have lost the previous game, I have to win this one. And the next one as well. Eye for an eye. If your opponent captures, you must capture on your next move. Or lose. Aha! Finally, absolutely fair. Reveal drawback to opponent. Alright, this drawback is genuinely very fair. Even after revealing to my opponent, I don't think he can take too much advantage out of it. E5. As long as I can keep my position safe and avoid unnecessary aggressive captures, the game should be very winnable. Knight F3. Bishop F5. Knight A3. E6. What is my opponent doing though? He should be playing way more aggressive than this if he wants to win. Aha! There he comes. I cannot take his knight because after b takes a3, I cannot capture anything else, which violates my own drawback and I lose. So I guess c5. Aggressive plays negate developments. I'll open up the center. D takes c5. Bishop takes c5. Knight b5. Aha! That blunders a knight to queen a5, knight c3, d4, taking advantage of the pin. But then he actually has bishop to d2. The idea is after I take his knight, his bishop can take my pawn, and then I am forced to make a capture or lose, which is an absolute disaster. Remember, all capture sequences must end with me making the final capture. So I guess queen b6 instead. Forking his knight and his f-pawn. He defends everything. Knight f6. No need to rush, we play safe, we win. Bishop e2. Alright, I'll trade down his center knight. Knight takes d7. Capture is forced. e4. Aha! He is provoking me to take his f-pawn. There is no way this is a blunder, maybe he actually has something under his pants. So I guess I'm not going to test my luck. I'm not a coward, there is just no reason to play aggressive. We stay safe, and we win. Okay, maybe he actually blundered his f-pawn. Fine then. The fact that he didn't castle was very suspicious. Maybe his drawback has something to do with not being able to castle, or maybe it even prevents him from moving the king. I don't have enough information yet. But considering those possibilities, he should have at least gone bishop e3 trying to make a shield for his f-pawn. But that also didn't happen. I am seriously very confused right now. Resignation. Lame duck, you can't move your king. Makes sense. Third game. Third game is 1200 rated. Leaps and bounds, you can't move a piece adjacent to where it was. An absolute catastrophe. Reveal drawback to opponent. Well, but at least it's not a random immediate loss if opponent does something kind of drawback. We still have a chance. e5. Please don't. Thank you. Knight c6. Nothing wrong so far. c3. Aha. I see. He is trying to take advantage that my pawns cannot go one square and also cannot capture. And to be honest, I also don't know how to respond to that. I'll just counter-attack instead. Queen e2. Bishop c4. This is pretty much the only square my bishop can go out. d4, I can pull him back to e7. d4. Bishop e7. D takes e5. Knight g8. This is going very wrong very quickly. Aha. Out of nowhere. A free piece. Knight takes g5. Queen takes g5. It's alright, e6, I still have knight e5 defending both pawns from afar. Everything is calculated. g3. Queen c1, queen b2 looks amazing. But sadly the woman also cannot move one square. I'll take this pawn instead. f4. Very aggressive. Queen a5. I mean, who knows? Maybe he'll hang his king right now. Or loses immediately. After the first 3 turns, if you go 2 turns without capturing, you must capture on the third. Or lose. Okay, that also sound very difficult. I mean, mine was definitely insane, but his was also not that far behind. We played 3 games today. 2 wins make it 200% win rate, losing 1 game minus away 100%. 1200 drawback chess. 100% win rate.